All right. How do we use the apostrophe for possession with singular and plural nouns? So the apostrophe means of. So if I say the pen of Janet, I can turn it around in English and I can have the structure Janet's pen. So the apostrophe and the S are showing me the possession and they're taking the place of. Now, the pen of Janet, can you hear an S? No. So Janet's pen, what have I added? The apostrophe and the S. So generally in English, you add the apostrophe and the S to that singular noun. Right, super. Plural nouns. Now in English, the easiest way to make the plural is to add an S. Right, but that's a plural. It's not a possession. So if we say the pens of Janet, this is not a possessive, it's a plural. Remember, if it's a possessive, it means of. So I'm not going to put an apostrophe on pen at all. Otherwise, it would be of pen or of pens of Janet. It doesn't make any sense. But if I say, oh, the tips of the pens have all become blurry and smudgy and they're really horrible now, then I could turn it around and I could say the pen's tips. Right, so what am I doing? I'm saying the tips of the pens, and I've made that the pens. So this is now the possessive, the tips of the pens. Can you hear the S? Yes. So just add the apostrophe. We've already got an S. If it's the tips of one pen, then it would be the tips of the pen. And if I said the pen's tips, which wouldn't make much sense, but it would be grammatical, it's the tips of the pen. Can you hear the S? No. So what have I added? The apostrophe and the S. Right? So if a noun ends in an S in the plural, just add the apostrophe. But English has some odd nouns that do not end in an S in the plural. So if I say the children's mother, it's the mother of the children. Can you hear the S? No. So what have I added? The apostrophe and the S. The people's masks, the masks of the people. Remember, the apostrophe is standing for possession, it's of. The masks of the people. Can you hear an S? No. So what have I added? An apostrophe and an S. So what is the rule? We said that if you have a noun in the plural and it ends in an S, just add the apostrophe. But if it doesn't end in an S, then add an apostrophe and the S. There are some exceptions, biblical names, classical names, names ending, well, the last syllable has S sounds like Francis, and English doesn't really like us to say Francis's mother. But I must admit, when I speak, I'll say Jesus's disciples. I will actually say Jesus's, but I will write Jesus' disciples. When I speak, I'll say, oh, Francis's child is so grown up now. But when I write it, I'll write Francis' child. Okay? So what is the rule there? Is that this makes too many S sounds. So it sounds Francis' child. So we tend to say, no, just say Francis' child. But that doesn't stop me actually saying Francis' child and Moses' staff and Jesus' disciples and Jesus' birth. But you're saying it so fast, maybe it just sounds like Jesus' birth. All right. So there are some exceptions, but that's basically the rule.